So President Ben Shamash, fellow parliamentarians, distinguished guests, welcome to the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly's 18th autumn meeting. It is a distinct honor and privilege to gather here in Marrakech, one of the largest and oldest cities in Morocco. Founded in 1062 and serving as the capital for 2 centuries, this city embodies the rich culture of this country with its long and storied history dating back thousands of years. On behalf of the Parliamentary Assembly, I extend my gratitude to our Moroccan hosts for their hospitality, and a special thanks, of course, to the House of Councillors for organizing this meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, this autumn meeting is a historic occasion both for the Parliamentary Assembly and for Morocco. This is Morocco's first time hosting a meeting of the OSCE EPA, and it's even our Assembly's first time holding a meeting in an OSCE partner state. Gathering here is a testament for the value that we attach to the Mediterranean partnership and to the interconnectedness of our regions. This is also, of course, our first time meeting in Africa. Having met many times in North America, Europe and Asia, we can now say that we have met on 4 of the planet's 7 continents. This is a powerful reminder of the truly global scope of the OSCE. On our agenda are topics such as the economic connectivity of the Mediterranean region, climate change and environmental challenges, migration, African regional cooperation, and combating religious intolerance. The issues are not new, but what is new, perhaps, is the unstable and unpredictable geopolitical context in which we debate them. With rising trends of human rights violations, mistrust in institutions, authoritarianism and violent extremism, we have seen a corresponding decline in predictability and stability. Diplomacy and policy making are increasingly impacted by fake news and conducted in a climate of uncertainty. Multilateralism is threatened daily. Long-held assumptions about our common belief have been challenged by crises ranging from political and environmental to social to economic and social. Even in established democracies, we have seen fractures and divisions. These upheavals have an impact on our comprehensive security and remind us of the importance of open debate. Indeed, the interesting dynamic, for instance, in the UK's Parliament related to Brexit in recent months, and particularly the recent court ruling demonstrates the necessity of strong and independent democratic institutions. Even though the Brexit process is prolonged, we hope that the decision is ultimately reached the benefits of British people and Europe as a whole. Dear colleagues, for the past 5 years, following an unprecedented spike in the number of migrants and refugees entering Europe, migration has proved to be a divisive issue in many of our societies. Much of the public debate has focused on the security implications of this crisis. We discussed managing migration flows, how to integrate migrants, and how to ensure a balanced approach to responsibility sharing among European countries. Less attention has focused on the real causes for migration. Meeting here in North Africa along the Western Mediterranean migration route, it is worth taking some time to understand the underlying factors. Why are so many Africans deciding to leave their home countries? Whether they are fleeing protracted conflicts or economic hardship, is there anything we can do as legislators and diplomats to improve these circumstances? Another topic of national, regional, and international concern is terrorism. I noted with interest the recent report issued by the Moroccan Public Prosecutor's Office, which found that Morocco's counter-terrorist strategy has helped lower the level of terror crimes in the country over the past 2 years. I hope to hear more over the next few days about Morocco's efforts to stop terrorist attacks and dismantle terror cells. We welcome the efforts of Moroccan authorities to develop effective counter-terrorist strategies that help keep all our citizens safe. Dear colleagues, whether the issue of migration, counter-terrorism, climate change, or pursuing economic connectivity, sustainable development, we cannot hope to make progress without regional and international cooperation. This is why it is so important to pursue multilateral and comprehensive approaches to our common challenges. But we must be honest with ourselves. Today's geopolitical landscape is characterized less by cooperation and solidarity than it's by division and distrust. There are, however, signs of optimism, including some positive developments like in Ukraine conflict. The prisoner exchange last month between Russia and Ukraine was a constructive step in right direction, one that was advocated for a long time, including by the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. In recent days, we have seen important efforts to reach agreement related to modalities for local elections in Donbas region. After 5 years of bloodshed, all steps that can bring lasting peace are appreciated, and so we again call for full implementation of the Minsk agreements. We must build upon positive steps with further confidence-building measures, which hopefully can help inspire progress in resolving other conflicts in the OSCE region. We should not forget the people suffering and must continue to push for tangible results related to the conflict in Georgia, the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, and Transnistria. We have also recently seen a major climate action summit take place in New York, where leaders just gathered to move forward with concrete plans to drastically reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In the wake of summer, marked by unprecedented wildfires in Arctic and Amazon, it is encouraging to see the international community moving from the era of debate over climate change into the era of concerted action. Dear colleagues, with the 30th anniversary of fall of the Berlin Wall next month, we should remember the historic importance of the Helsinki process of the 1970s in bringing the end of the Civil War. This is a reminder of what is possible when political will is applied to building cooperation and comprehensive security underpinned by a commitment to shared values. With you, I'm proud to continue this work. Together we must build on this work of our predecessors who fought so hard for the principles of this organization. We cannot let those principles fall on our watch. It is our responsibility today to revive the spirit of solidarity that led to the fall of the Berlin Wall. In Africa, similar processes have taken place. Various projects have attempted to build political consensus to preserve African independence and unity in the post-colonial era starting in the 1950s. Leaders eventually launched the African Union in 2002 in order to promote the unity of African states and to defend their sovereignty, their territorial integrity, and their independence. Several nations of Northern Africa have also participated in OSCE through the Mediterranean Partnership. Inherited from the Helsinki Final Act, the OSCE Mediterranean Partnership was structured with a contact group in 1994 Budapest Summit. And in 2019, this year, we therefore celebrate the 25th anniversary of this partnership. And we'd like to thank Albanian chairmanship for their good work in this direction. It is encouraging to see the participation that Marrakech in Marrakech of so many parliamentarians from across the OSCE area, including some Mediterranean partners, who are joined by representatives of the African Parliamentary Union and the Economic Community of West African states. Regional cooperation is a high priority, of course, for us, and just last week I had the opportunity to again visit Central Asia as a reflection of our work there, extending partnerships in this region. I was there for a series of speaking engagements and high-level meetings in which I underlined this and, of course, other messages. As I said at an event in Nur Sultan, the fulfillment of international commitments and obligations is a prerequisite to honest dialogue, genuine trust, and stronger partnerships for peace and sustainable development. We need greater dialogue throughout all our regions, from North America to the Mediterranean and Central Asia, in order to better understand our challenges and ensure greater success in our efforts. This autumn meeting, dear colleagues, therefore is a unique opportunity for us all to share our experiences, to learn from one another and build value-based relationships. Since 2002, our autumn meeting has become a valued tradition in the Assembly, and it is not only for opportunity for the PA members to debate pressing security-related topics and build upon their friendships and networks, but also to follow up on outcomes from the summer's annual session. In Luxembourg, as you know all, we adopted a very strong declaration endorsing a multilateral approach to addressing arms conflict, conflict resolution, arms control, conflict resolution, and the environment and human rights. The Luxembourg Declaration affirmed the essential role of parliamentarians in advancing the UN Sustainable Development Agenda and goals, and of course urged parliaments to develop legislation with the aim of promoting comprehensive security. We heard many of these topics echoed in the speeches of world leaders in the recent General Assembly of the United Nations. As we gather now, I hope that we have all started the follow-up process on the Luxembourg Declaration in our capitals, and that's crucially important. It is up to us to ensure that OSCE recommendations are implemented and that OSCE values and championed in all of our countries. Dear friends, open discussion is important. As we discuss our common challenges, we sometimes have to criticize one another and highlight areas in which we are falling short in our commitments. But as Morocco well-known proverb goes, love truth even it harms you, and hate lies even they serve you. I look forward to discussing the issues with you in our working sessions. And I thank the leaders of all members and all members of the Parliamentary Assembly for their enthusiasm and dedication. And I'm grateful for the support and trust placed in me as President. And of course, hope to keep this momentum going in the coming months. And of course, I'd like to thank also Slovak chairmanship for their very effective support and leadership, and hope that next chairmanship, Albanian chairmanship, will be also very successful and fruitful. I also thank the staff of our Assembly, our Secretariat, led by very capable Secretary General Roberto Montella, for their support. And I once again welcome all of you to this historic autumn meeting. I know that it will be a very memorable experience for us all, and I expect high level of dialogue here in Marrakech. And now I'd like to paraphrase another Moroccan proverb as I hand over the floor to the next speaker. It goes, if I listen, I have the advantage. If I speak, others have it. And I hope this has been true so far today. And now I'll take this advantage of sitting and listening others. I wish all of us productive and a very fruitful discussions. And thank you very much for your attention.